Maine to me has always meant the ocean and lobster, and that's why I settled here in Booth Bay Harbor. It's beautiful, it's charming, it's authentic. There's golf, there's tennis, of course swimming. You can go boat touring, whale watching, all those things that are available on the coast of Maine. Thank you for watching Dock and Dine, and we'll see you real soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Shorey. Here's a look at what's coming up on this week's episode of Dock and Dine.
I just love being on the water. I love boating. I love boats in general, and being able to see all these different types of boats is really awesome.
It's a small, quaint town. It's still got that old school vibe to it. Everybody's a neighbor here, so overall it's just it's a fun place to be, you know. Summer in Maine, can't get better.
Hi, my name's Lane. I'm the dock hand here down at Dimillo's Kennebunk. We're a little more new up here as opposed to Portland. We just celebrated our 40th year up in Portland, and this is our 5th down here in Kennebunk.
My name is Devin McCarthy. I'm the dock hand here at Dimillo's in Kennebunk. I love being here with the closest transient accepting marina to the downtown, so we get a lot of business that way. We have a restroom for people to use, running water, Wi-Fi, and 8 total slips. However, we can accommodate vessels up to 97 feet and multiple different sizes. So I just love being on the water. I love boating. I love boats in general, and being able to see all these different types of boats is really awesome. President Bush, 43, he has his boat here, and a lot of people love to drive by and see the president on his boat. It's a beautiful boat too.
You know, it's a small town feel, but at the same time, it has a lot of the things that you would expect to get in a bigger city. Say, you know, a fine dining experience is not something you'll find in a lot of smaller towns down here, you know, or up here in Maine. It's different than Portland. It's almost like a sliver of the old port right down here, a little further south.
We'd love to see you here at Dimillo's Kennebunk this summer, so come on down and stop by.
I transitioned from the real estate business into yacht sales. Dimillo's has 6 locations with 11 brokers. I'm out of the Kittery office. We have a Freeport office, we have a Portland office, which is our main hub, 1 in New York and 2 in Maryland. We handle all range of boats, a lot of brokerage boats, and they can range from, you know, a low price of $10,000, and we handle new boats all the way up past $3 million. So we handle the whole gamut. The Saber Yachts is built in Maine. They started out building sailboats back in the 70s, and now they're predominantly, they are all power boats. They are beautiful because they are a traditional Maine down east style boat, but with contemporary accommodations. You know, the craftsmanship is unbelievable. We definitely have fantastic craftsmen in Maine, we always have. And you can see when we take a tour of the boat, the woodwork on these Saber Yachts is just exquisite. Yeah, I'd love to take you for a little spin. We'll go out through the harbor, cruise around a little bit, come back through the harbor. It's a great river, scenic on the way out. Lots of restaurants to view on the way. And yeah, looking forward to it. This is the Saber Yachts 38. This features everything you can possibly want in a 38-foot boat. Twin engine propulsion, cruises around 22, 23 knots. And it's got just about everything you would need. What's unique about the Saber 38 is that there is a nice dining area here when you have 4 or 5 people. And then this actually will move out to give you a little bit more space. So as you can see here, now you have a lot more space for entertaining. You get a nice swim platform on the aft of the boat. So as you can see with Saber Yachts, their interior finishings are exquisite. This is all cherry that you see here, teak and holly floor. But yeah, the detail on these Saber Yachts is phenomenal. I have the best job in the world. I'm on the water almost every day. I deal with beautiful boats and I deal with great people.
Going into our 14th season, I originally started as a midlife crisis store. I was looking to move from Connecticut up to Maine, and I wanted a different career. I was in marketing and did a lot of event marketing, and I wanted to do something different, and I had 2 Wheaton Terriers at the time, and I figured, why not a pet boutique? So It's hard to find cute things for pets, so I decided I was going to focus on all the cute stuff. Tons of treats, tons of toys. We're known for our collars and leashes because we carry 2 brands that are made in New England, and they always come out with new designs, so people actually collect them and do all the different fun seasonal ones. So we get a lot of people coming back because they know we have a lot of different designs to choose from.
So what do we have here?
This is our collection of bow ties. We have been selling bow ties for about 10 years. It's our original design, and we come out with new ones every season. The Halloween ones are really fun. We have tons for Christmas, and they come in a couple different sizes, and we just always have a lot of nautical ones and different designs.
This must be a customer favorite.
Oh yeah, people collect them. We had one dog who sent us a picture. He had probably about 40 or 50 of them. Every time they came up, they would buy 3 or 4, and he was known. His name's Gus, and he was known. He was a bulldog. Bulldogs are meant to wear bow ties, I think. So.
What about masks? You're going to be making those?
Definitely. We definitely have masks in the works. So we're going to be doing some dog and cat masks. Plus we're going to be doing some to match our bow ties so you can coordinate with your dog.
Excellent.
It's a wonderful community. It's very quaint, and that's what I love about it. And I knew when I went to open a store that I wanted to be in a main street area where there was a sense of community and you could get to know the other shop owners, and people at the coffee shop know your name. So it was really important for me to be in a close community. During peak season, it's more hectic and more crazy, but that's fun too. And we see all of the friends that we haven't seen all year, and people that come in through the marina, they might be just staying a night or 2. Other people, they might be here for a much longer period of time, and they'll make a couple trips to the store to spoil their dog. And we've actually done a pop-up shop at the Kennebunkport Marina for several years, just so that, they could have some treats and balls and things like that, waterproof, gear for the boat right there. So, we know them by name, we keep in touch through social media, and we just watch the puppies grow, and then we're there for them throughout the life of the puppy. So it's a lot of fun. And they all make a beeline for this table because this is where the treats, like the bully sticks and the antlers and the horns, so these are all the really good smelling treats and chews. So this is the go-to table. So the dogs make a beeline for this table when they come in. So this is truly my passion. And how can you beat it if you're around dogs all the time? And it's just the best job ever.
Thank you so much for having us at the store today. This was such a treat.
Thank you. We really appreciate it, and glad I was able to give you a little bit of a tour about Scallawags. I have a little doggy bag for you to go. It has an assortment of different samples of treats, so you can share them with everybody. And it includes a 3-pack of our popular lobster-shaped dog treats. So these are a big hit because they have frosting on them. So the dogs love those.
All of our dogs will be so happy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
The redesigned Honda CR-V EX is better than ever. It has more passenger and cargo volume than the Toyota RAV4, with more horsepower than the Subaru Forester. Visit your Honda dealer and test drive the CR-V EX today.
Hi everyone, welcome to Print Salon in Falmouth.
WEX has been a fabulous supporter of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southern Maine for a long time. In addition to the pandemic relief, WEX has been a great supporter of STEM education programs for children. We send middle schoolers over to WEX. They work with software engineers to develop an application, and they're able to earn a Chromebook from WEX as a result of their work. It is probably the highlight of their academic year to be able to be part of that program. It's really, really terrific.
Well, I grew up in southern Maine, and I was living in Argentina, and I was really inspired to move back to Maine to start a business here. This is where my roots are. My grandfather was a small business owner here in Maine, and this is my culture. You know, this is my heritage. This is really important to me. And so I really felt like I needed to come back to Maine and start a business here. And I chose Kennebunkport because I just really loved this town so much. So I named the ice cream company after the French art movement, which was the Rococo period. It came right after the Baroque period. And it was this first time in art history where art became more whimsical, became a little bit more ornate, was a little bit more about color and vibrancy. And so when I opened the shop in 2012, I had a lot of fun making things that were really unique and different. And I wanted to take each customer on an adventure when they came into the shop. I really thought, well, people will try anything if it's an ice cream, so I can be as creative as I want with my flavors, and as long as it's in an ice cream, they'll give it a try. I'm always trying to think of creative ways and creative ideas to bring into ice cream. So yeah, sometimes they're like historical recipes. I love to think about what ice cream was in the 1800s, 1700s. And we actually have a flavor here right now called carrot pudding. It was inspired by Maine's first cookbook, which came out in the 1800s, like early 1800s. It was published by the ladies of the First Parish Church in Portland, Maine. And the book is called Fish, Flesh, and Fowl. And they had a recipe for carrot pudding, which we've adapted into an ice cream flavor. It's super delicious. It tastes like carrot pudding, has black cherries in it as well. So not traditional, but I do try to keep flavors in the case that are comfortable for every palate. So we have a Maine whoopie pie flavor. I have a really decadent dark chocolate, a honey vanilla made with local Maine wildflower honey. So there certainly are flavors here that if you have more of a traditional palate when it comes to ice cream, we have those flavors for you as well. It's been a really wonderful experience. Just getting to know like the local people, sharing with this community the flavors that I'm able to invent, and developing the brand here has been really wonderful. So we're definitely open for business. We're open every day. We've obviously made some improvements for COVID. However, we are open every day. This shop here is open from 12 to 9 daily. And we're doing regular service in here as if we always were with taste and samples. You can also order ice cream curbside if you'd rather not come inside. We have a curbside site available as well. So yeah, let's go try some flavors. Do you like lemon?
Yep.
Okay, I think we're gonna go with this potato lemon cheesecake then.
Potato lemon cheesecake, that's amazing.
How did you learn how to do this?
I'm mostly self-taught because my style is really different than traditional American hard scooped ice cream. But I also studied ice cream making in Argentina. I took a course there, and a lot of long nights in front of the machine. Would you like the whoopie pie?
I kind of want to try
Why not? It's classic.
It's classic.
It couldn't be more Maine. Cheers to summer!
Hi, I'm Audrey Harris with Azalea Events. I've had Azalea Events for 20 years and have been planning beautiful weddings in the state of Maine. Kennebunkport happens to be our favorite place to plan weddings. It's close to Boston, it's close to the Portland Jetport, it's got the ocean, it's got the beaches, and we actually are lucky enough to have the most amazing private venues that we can work with. The Boathouse is one of our favorite properties to host a wedding because it's right downtown Kennebunkport. The food is non-stop from the time guests arrive to the time they finish. The bars are all open for the guests. They have a great raw bar room. They've got this great deck that overlooks the beautiful river. Certainly during this time, it's been a challenging year, to say the least, for us and for our clients, but we're actually working through it. A lot of our clients have either moved till next year, or we're also planning a lot of petite soirees, which are small weddings, and we can do anything under 50 people, so right now, and we are doing some beautiful, intimate weddings for clients, and they're just loving it. If our clients do have to adapt and have a smaller wedding, we have so many beautiful venues that we can actually make their dreams come true this year. Our job is to create solutions for our clients, and we're doing that.
Booth Bay Harbor, everybody. Come on down.
This is how it is all summer.
All summer long.
You don't have to go far to find a relaxing and rejuvenating getaway.
Wow. I bet a lot of your guests say wow.
Booth Bay Harbor Country Club and their luxurious sister properties. The perfect spot for a staycation on the beautiful Maine coast.
It's about service. You know, your first impressions are everything. And you drive through the gatehouse, you're treated well. You drop off your bag, there's someone there to grab your bag for you and be able to enjoy your day.
There are 3 great ways to stay and play. Spend a few days in the stunning new golf villas overlooking the first hole. Choose from one of the beautiful Booth Bay Harbor summer cottages with options in town, on the water, or Gulf side. Or head to the harbor for a stay at their Oceanside Resort. All 3 accommodation options provide exclusive membership benefits with the award-winning Booth Bay Harbor Country Club.
Architectural Digest made us best club in America, best clubhouse for design and usefulness and friendliness. And then Down East Magazine has just recognized us for the 2nd year in a row as the best country club, best golf course in the state of Maine, which I agree with completely.
Wherever you choose to stay and play, there are also delicious dining options, access to the Wellness Center, and an opportunity to explore the harbor in a Hinckley yacht. All right here at the world-renowned Booth Bay Harbor Oceanside Golf Resort. Do you love Maine, want to show your Maine pride, and shop local? Well, we are excited to share that we've launched shopmainelife.com, where you can find custom sweaters like this one, Maine-made and Maine-inspired products for you or a loved one. Shopmainelife.com.
I'm Ben Martens with the Maine Coast Fishermen's Association, and we're at Government's Wharf in Kennebunkport, Maine. Today on Dock and Dine, you guys are going to be exploring the fabulous downtown area, but I also wanted to introduce you to the working waterfront in this community. We're going to be spending some time with Eben Newkirk. He's a second-generation fisherman out of the Kennebunkport area. He's got this beautiful boat behind us, and we're going to be learning a little bit about what it takes to make his business work in an evolving community and an evolving working waterfront.
Since I was a little kid, I used to try to skip school to go fishing with my father. And so even though I'd puke all day, I'd tell my dad at the end of the day it was worth it to go out, go catch fish with him. I'd really enjoyed going fishing. And so I ended up graduating high school a year early to go fishing. My father had learned how to go monk fishing, ground fishing first, and he had shared a program with me, all of his knowledge. And so I have all of what he had done his whole life, and he had passed it on to me so I could use it. It's a one plot program that everything he had ever done for the last 20 years, all of the places he fished, everything, you name it, I had it right at my fingertips. I take out mostly in Portland, but when we're day fishing, the town of Kennebunkport had given us this facility here to use, and we take out right here and we have a box truck and we'll truck it to Portland. And so when we're day fishing, then that works out really well that way. This one's the Flying Dutchman, and this one mostly goes lobstering. I have it set up to go pogie fishing right now. Buying a brand new boat's really expensive, and so I had actually put this boat together myself in the backyard. And I had a friend of mine, Danny Spang Excavation, he had actually set the engine inside of the boat for me with his excavator. And I had to make brings you back to the, what would it be, Egyptian age, is that I made a triangular framing around it that I could lift up the engine with chain follies, and I would slide the A-frame ahead and then set it down in order to skid the engine into place. And so I had put the whole engine in, aligned it, put the shaft in myself. I made everything here. The deck, the wheelhouse, the fuel tanks, the whole 9 yards.
The city itself, the town itself, has invested in the working waterfront. They built this fantastic facility behind us. They've invested in keeping the working waterfront vibrant, keeping the fishermen here, so that the character, the unique history, the culture isn't lost over the generations.
It's a really nice facility they gave us. The town of Kennebunkport did a really nice job with this. Even the wharf we're standing on right now is all brand new. most fisheries have only like a 2-month window that you really kind of make money. And so lobstering seems to happen more so like September, October, or even later now is at November and December. And the monk fishing goes hand in hand with it because when the lobsters are shedding in June and July, that's when the monkfish is happening. So it really is a great thing. It goes hand in hand to go lobstering, is that you switch from one fishery to the next. When the weather's nice and you got to go further offshore to catch the monkfish, I have a really good time in the summertime doing that.
I'm Taylor Benenti. I'm the owner here at Hurricane Restaurant in Kennebunkport. This is my second year I'm going into here. The guests and the employees and the public, welcome me with open arms. It's been a great experience so far. Definitely coming across some obstacles in this second year, but we're going to fight through it and keep going. So the town was gracious enough to allow us some of their parking spots in their parking lot out here. So Allison's, a neighboring restaurant, and myself here at Hurricane, we got a big tent going all along the river here. And we set up tables out here, all socially distanced, trying to be as safe as possible, keeping our guests safe and serving them food and having a good time as well. We do a lot of promotions for them. We have like a public supper, a $10.99 dinner on Tuesday nights. We do live music. Half off bottles of wine on Wednesday, things like that to get our local crowd in here. And we're definitely really famous for our wine list. I have 45 glasses on our glass pour menu, which is pretty unheard of in any restaurant in the area. And we also have about 20 specialty cocktails and beers on draft as well. So this is Lisa Mills and Jim O'Neill over here, and they're doing a little bit of a duo live music tonight. I've worked with Lisa for a while now. She's been playing at Hurricane for a long time. I got lucky enough to work with her last year as well here, and I've known her before that. I grew up here in Kennebunkport, so it's a small, quaint town. It's still got that old school vibe to it. Everybody's a neighbor here, so overall, it's just it's a fun place to be. Summer in Maine, can't get better.
Maynard Hill, for those of you who don't know, is a collection of 8 galleries and a tasting room with Sweetgrass Winery and Distillery. Those galleries are in multiple buildings, all within about 100 yards of each other, and it's really an art destination. Each gallery has a unique focus. Sculpture, a weekly pop-up, our show gallery. It's a place where you can come and spend really a couple of hours immersing yourself in wonderful Maine art. And a lot of it is outside. We have a lot of sculpture outside. And we're doing what we have to do to create a safe and fun visit. We're really blessed to be tied into this fabulous community, and everybody's working really hard to help everybody else. So we, as a community, we got together and went above and beyond state guidelines, CDC guidelines, found a way to prepare this town as a wonderful, safe place to visit this summer. This community has just banded together fabulously to get to that place, and this is an example. What our friend Taylor is doing with the Hurricane Restaurant, doing this outside dining, it's super stuff.
For tonight, as I mentioned prior, we have our catch of the day right here, which is a pan-seared halibut over a little neck clam chowder. We have our slow roasted rack of lamb over a 3-onion couscous with roasted cauliflower and a charred jalapeno chimichurri. We have our famous pepper-seared beef carpaccio with shaved Parmesan, garlic, butter, crostinis, capers, and a little salad there. And then our Mediterranean seafood stew with shrimp, little neck clams, mussels, and a half a lobster, and scallops.
I want to say from experience that is absolutely one of the best things in town, the Mediterranean seafood stew. I love it. So good.
All right, Taylor, thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. Cheers.
Here's to Taylor and Hurricane Restaurant.
Yes. Happy summer, everyone. That's a wrap for this week's episode of Dock and Dine. Come down to Kennebunk this summer and meet these amazing people. Cheers. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode. To check out all of our other content, visit mainlifemedia.com or check us out on Instagram at Dock and Dine Maine. Happy exploring. We'll see you next week. That's a wrap. We had an amazing episode of Dock and Dine. We'll see. Aaron. That's a wrap for this week's episode of Dock and Dine. Come down and... That's a wrap in the Kennebunks. Come down and see... That's a wrap for our show here in the Kennebunks. Come down this summer and see all these amazing people. Cheers. I'm so awkward. Thank you.